Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan. Today, I figured I'll review a low budget feature. Of, of course, it has something to do with a blast from the past. So you can think of this like a retrospect kind of a thing. It's old, it's something that hardly anyone would talk about, and it's pretty cheaply made. So, okay, it's something like I would talk about to begin with, because I would eventually talk about old school movies anyway. I've done this quite a few times before, so this is nothing new, like whatsoever. So anyway, the it's a Western film, and it's going to be a Western film titled. This is it, folks, right here. Again, this is one of these rage busters type of a movie. The three amigos, so to speak, the three friends, of course, had to team up again and just make sure they do what's right. And yeah, I've reviewed quite a few of their films before. These were released on television, and just thought I'll just talk about it again since I mentioned these type of characters before, and so here we are. All right, then, like always, I do have to talk about the plot, so let's get into the story, shall we? So here we go. And again, the the range busters have to make sure everything's done correctly. To make sure that the bad guys stopped, of course, and that's what's going on here. Of course, these cowboys are on the lookout after this worthless murderer, this killer, and this killer is known as the Raven, who pretty much takes another victim and threatens this elderly man and his servant. And yes, obviously, they have to make sure that this individual is stopped and make sure his reign of terror is just put out, so to speak, because he's up to no good. Yes, the thing is that our main characters here, the three guys here, have to make sure that everybody has to be kept safe. Obviously, even if they don't get rewarded, even if they don't get any personal gain or whatever, but it's something they have to do anyway, regardless, because it's the right thing to do. And that's pretty much what's going on in this movie. Of course, yes, yeah, you can definitely tell this is really aimed for to be like a male type of movie. It's not that women can't watch it, of course, but this is definitely one of those types of movies where, of course, there's gonna be some shooting, cowboys and all that doing their thing that you might expect when it comes to these types of movies. It's definitely here, obviously. So anyway, ultimately, I can say that this is something I've been meaning to talk about anyway because it's it's on my to-do list. Oh yeah, it's on my to-do list. I know technically let's see, this is a notepad, notebook, I guess you'd say. Oh yeah, scratch one. Here you go. I'll just take it as like notebook, but I'm calling it a to-do list anyway, because I've got quite a few to talk about. This was one of them. So yeah, that's the thing though. I've been meaning to talk about this for a good while, so I just finally thought I might as well get to it. And here we are. I might as well talk about it quite clearly. Where this criminal's on the loose, and this criminal must be taught a lesson because this criminal is, yeah, he's up to no good. He's clearly the bad guy in the trio of men here are clearly the good people. And yes, of course. And that's pretty much what this is. It's fairly straightforward, as these movies tend to be. Which in itself doesn't necessarily really have to be a bad thing, really. But ultimately, I can say this one's pretty okay. I thought this was one of the weaker titles of the of the series that they make for these characters. But I thought it was pretty okay. So I kind of felt like it was not very eventful in some ways. It was not very eventful to some extent, really. And but yeah, I kind of felt like they kept some bits throughout entire here, and they were just dragged out. Really, when it comes to this kind of a thing. But I just sometimes, of course, when it comes to the cowboy movie, you want to see lots of you go in it to see more shooting and more gunplay and whatnot. It'd be nice if it had more of that, really. So there was that, of course. But yeah, I mean, this movie's not that long anyway. It's It's pretty short, so I guess it's pretty over pretty quickly. So I guess that's something I reckon. But if I were to suggest for anybody to watch these series of films, I wouldn't say I start with this one. I would suggest start maybe with one of the better entries that they made instead. To be honest here, but like I said, this one was okay. I kind of felt that the pacing needed a bit work. I feel like they were just cracking this movie out just to get it out there. And yes, I know that was kind of the thing when it comes to a lot of these movies back in the day, where this was part of a popular trend. A lot of people were making a lot of money off of this, and of course, obviously, the studios wanted to just cash in on the popularity because this was trendy at the time. So of course, there's going to be just cranking a lot of these out. Unfortunately, this it shows that it does here. Honestly, unfortunately, so there was that. And but yeah, that's the thing though. Like I was saying, it's something I wanted to review anyway because I've seen quite a few of these already. So sometimes I would just maybe just put some movie on hold so I'll get to it later, and that's what I did here. And that's the thing though. I've been meaning to get to this anyway, but ultimately I can say it was okay. It was okay. It was not really the best movie that they made, but it was okay. It was fair, alright. And this is basically just your average one of the mill ranked busters type of storyline when you think about it, of course. And you put at this point, I pretty much you would expect how this will play out. You've seen some of the others already. If you've seen quite a few of these, you already know how this is gonna play out, really. But yeah, ultimately, this was just something I probably just see it once, and that was it, really. I'm gonna be honest with you, but it was fine. Maybe see some of the better stuff, and then maybe get to this one later. I suppose you could do it. You could always do that. I reckon. Anyway, I'll give this one an overall rating of 5.1 out of 10. I'll give it a 5.1 out of 10 because, well, it's just okay, I guess. It's pretty alright. But anyway, as always, thanks for watching and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh, yeah, later.